Yes, all right. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, do understand and get that your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. And we gonna go for a nice little walk. But before we go for a walk, I had wanted to read this to you guys. Okay, so that way you can start moving in a direction that you truly desire. Okay, so you can start doing something, start in where you are today, in order for you to receive what you say you want, in order for you to live the life that you say you desire. You're gonna have to definitely do something different. Okay, and I remember, you know um just a few months ago. Okay, I remember I was at a certain point, especially like on social media, on my YouTube channel, and I was just thinking about this earlier today. That I remember when I only had like 1,000 watch hours, right? And today, when I look at my monetization goals, I have like 330 watch hours left. And I'm just so ecstatic. I'm so excited. And you know why? It was because I showed up for me. Okay. I did the thing that, most people say they don't have time to do. Okay. Although they say they want to live a certain lifestyle. But you have to ask yourself, if you don't have time to put the work in, how would you be able to reap the benefits, right? You got to put the work in. You got to put the time in. And it's going to be times where as though, you may not want to show up. That little monkey in the mind is going to tell you, don't do it today. Just keep on living the way you've been living, and keep on doing the same exact thing that you've been doing. But if you continuously to keep on doing and living the same exact way that you have always been, you're going to keep on getting the same exact thing from life. Okay, you don't have to go to a psychic, to see what your destiny is going to be. I can just tell you clearly what your destiny is going to be based upon your results. And your results is based upon your belief systems. Okay, if you believe that you cannot succeed, guess what? You will not show up. If you believe that you're not created for success, guess what? You're not going to show up. You're going to give excuses like, I don't have time, I got work today. It is not enough hours in a day. And this is one of the things that you have to constantly ask yourself is this, okay? Is people that have a job, is people that has been through the same exact thing that you've been through, and you have to ask yourself, is it because you giving excuses because you really don't see it for yourself? Because if someone else is able to show up each and every day and do the thing that they desire, okay, show up for themselves and do exactly what it is that they said that they was going to do, okay, there's no reason for you to not show up unless you just don't believe in yourself. And you know what? Sometimes we just have to think a thing. We just have to say exactly what it is. Instead of giving all these excuses of, well, I don't have enough time in a day, or, look at my life and look at the hand that I was dealt. It's people that's been dealt worse hands than you, okay, and still showing up, still executing, okay, still doing the thing that they truly desire to do. You know why? Because they believe in themselves. You know why? Because they see that they are destined for greatness. You know why? Because they know that they did not just come here to live a mediocre, basic life. That's exactly why, okay? And so you have to look at your life and say, you know what? I desire more and I'm going to do more. I am going to show up. I don't have to have it all figured out, but guess what? I'm still going to show up. I don't have to know exactly what's the next move, but guess what? I am going to show up. And you need to show up for yourself because no one can show up for you, okay? And nobody can do it for you. So you have to do it for yourself. But I wanted to read from this book. Now, I've been talking about this book for a while now. 1 second, family. The Prosperity Bible. I've been telling you guys, make sure you go get this book. This book is a phenomenal read, and it's because of the repetition, me constantly studying, me constantly, listening to the personal development. That's exactly why I have this self-image that I have of myself, okay? Because I'm constantly studying. The reason why you don't know who you are because you don't study yourself. You don't study yourself. You have accepted societies accepted it. Instead of you going to get to know who you are, instead of you taking the time out to find out who you are, you just accepting with somebody else's belief system of you. And this is what it says. It says to enable one to see and to understand that accumulation of money cannot be left to chance, good fortune, and luck. One must realize that all who have accumulated great fortunes first did a certain amount of dreaming, okay, hoping, desiring, and planning before they acquired money, okay? You may as well know right here that you can never have riches and great quantities unless you can work yourself into a white heat of desire for money and actually believe you will possess it. You may as well know also that every great leader from the dawn of civilization down to the present was a dreamer. Christianity is the greatest potential power in the world today because its founder was an intense dreamer who had the vision and imagination to see realities in their mental and spiritual form before they had been transmuted into physical form. If you do not see great riches in your imagination, you will never see them in your bank balance. Never in the history of America has there been so great an opportunity for practical dreamers as now exists. The 6-year economic collapse has reduced all men to the same level. A new race is about to run. The stakes present huge fortunes which will be accumulated within the next 10 years. The rules of the race have changed because we now live in a changed world. And what the author is talking about when they say we live in a now changed world, okay? Because right now we live in an information age. Now, I don't know if you guys know that. Okay? I don't know if you guys know that, but that's really what it is. We live in an information age. So all the excuses of, well, you need somebody to do X, Y, and Z in order for you to be successful. No, you don't. Some of you guys say, well, I need to go to school and get more information and stuff like that. Right now, it's a such thing called YouTube University. Okay. And I'm not saying believe everything that you see or hear on there, but what I'm saying is that knowledge and information is everywhere. Okay, so there's no excuse why you should not be showing up for yourself. There's no excuse why you should not be doing the thing that you truly desire. There's really no excuse. The only excuse is your self-image, how you tend to view yourself. Okay, what you really believe about yourself. And you know what, not for nothing, the way and it's all genetics. Okay, it's genetics, it's your environment. Okay, but when you was in your mama's womb, all that what your mama felt about herself and the way she would talk, and even your daddy, all those things had went into you. And some people may say, well, my father wasn't around, but you still have his genetics, his blood within you. Okay, and so you have to start looking at your life. You have to start looking at your life and understanding that there's greatness within you. Okay, that there's greatness within you. And I'm gonna go ahead on and say this. Okay, finish reading. I wasn't even on that page. All right, 1 second. The rules of the race have changed because we now live in a changed world that definitely favors the masses. Those who had but little or no opportunity to win under the conditions existing during the Depression, when fear paralyzed growth and development. And this is another thing, okay? I remember hearing Bob Proctor say this. He was quoting someone, and I can't think exactly who he was quoting, but one of the things he said, we live in a world now where as though, it's not all about so much what you know, but it's about you having an ability to unlearn, to relearn. Okay, because a lot of the stuff that you think that is correct is not correct. It's jealous. Okay, it's wrong. And as long as you feel like, well, my belief system, and some people will hold on to a belief system even though they know it don't work. They will keep a belief system even though they see, is causing them pain, is causing them to keep getting the same exact results from life, is causing them despair. But they will keep that belief system because that is the only thing they know. And although they are unsatisfied with life, okay, they're stay there because it's comfortable. They stay there because, they don't want to let anybody down. They don't want to, be a disappointment to their family. They want to keep those belief systems as if, they get rid of those belief systems. They think that they are somehow going against their family. And you know what? Not for nothing. Sometimes you're going to have to go against your family. You're going to have to go against your family. Okay? Because culture is really what's holding you back. And you see in your life, you see it each and every day. You see that your life is going the way it is going based upon what you believe. And your results that you are getting from life, it is all based upon what you believe. Okay, now it says, hey Tracy, peace to your baby, peace to your, peace to your, peace to your. I'm about to take a walk, but I wanted to inspire you guys as I read this, okay? So let me finish. We who are in the rate, honey, this is my house, okay? Well, shit, not outside. My house, my house in these buildings, okay? I'm about to take a walk. Let me see. We who are in this race for riches should be encouraged to know that this changed world in which we live is demanding new ideas, new ways of doing things, new leaders, new inventions, new methods of teaching, new methods of marketing, new books, new literature, new features for the radio, new ideas for moving pictures. Back of all this demand for new and better things, there is one quality which one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. The business depression marked the death of one age and the birth of another. Okay, and basically the business depression marked the death. All right, so the Great Depression, right? It marked the death for one thing, but it birthed new ideas, right? It birthed new opportunities. And this is another thing, because for everything that we tend to see that's showing up in our lives, and we may say, oh my goodness, why is this showing up? Oh my goodness, to every failure, there's a great opportunity, okay, to success. Let me say it again. To everything that appears to be a failure, there's always a greatness and success, okay? You just have to change the way you see things. If you are faced with a big problem, there is a big opportunity, okay? So let me finish. It says, we who desire to accumulate riches, I read that one. Wait, hold on, chill. Because sometimes I be forgetting where I'm at. We who desire to accumulate riches should remember the real leaders of the world always have been men who harnessed and put into practical use the intangible, unseen forces of unborn opportunities and have converted those forces or impulses of thought into skyscrapers, cities, factories, airplanes, automobiles, and every form of convenience that makes life more pleasant. Tolerance and open mind are practical necessities for the dreamer of today. Those who are afraid, get this, because this is really what I wanted to come on here for. Those who are afraid of new ideas are doomed before they even get started. Okay? Never has there been a time more favorable to pioneers than the present. True, there is no well and woolly west to be conquered as in the days of covered wagon, but there is a vast business, financial and industry industry, and we're gonna say industry, were to be remolded and redirected along new and better lines. This is really the part. Okay, now that was the part too, but listen to this. Now where I'm reading from is Think and Grow Rich, and this is from Napoleon Hill, because he gave like 6 steps in order for you to be successful. I mean, he gave way more than 6 steps, but all right. So one, you want to fix your mind on the exact amount of money you desire. Okay, it is not sufficient merely to say I want plenty of money. Be definite as to the amount. There is a psychological reason for definiteness, which will be described in a later chapter. Okay, so you want to say exactly the amount of money you want to manifest. Okay, that's one. Okay, so if it's 20,000, you want to write that down. I desire to have 20,000, but then he goes on and tells you exactly what else to say. The second, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. There is no such reality as something for nothing. Okay, if you're a person that you trying to get something without giving nothing, good luck to you. Okay, because I don't know how long that's gonna damn last before you be in prison somewhere. Okay. Third, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Okay, so you got to set a date. I have heard so many people, Billy Carson, Jim Carrey, Bob Proctor, even myself. I took a check, an old check, and I wrote out exactly how much I desire to have in the time period that I desire to have it. Okay, and it may not be exactly that time period, right? It could come before, or it could come probably a few months later, or it all depends. But you wanna put that on a check or write it out on a piece of paper and carry it with you. Okay, or constantly say your goals. Okay, this is not my goals for today. Oh, my goals for today is here. Okay, so you want to constantly, tell yourself exactly what it is that you desire to have, and every time that you touch that check, it does something to your brain. Okay, like whereas though you start walking, and every time you keep on telling yourself exactly the amount that you desire to have, and you keep on, because at first you may not believe it, right? You may not believe it because of your belief systems, but the more you tell yourself this thing over and over and over, guess what? It's the repetition of the thing which creates the belief system. Okay, you gotta constantly tell yourself those things. Okay, the third one, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Okay, I hope you guys writing this stuff down. Huh? I'm writing it down. Oh. Fourth. I mean, all right. Fourth, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you are ready or not. Because some of you guys, you're like, well, I'm not ready to do the video. I'm not ready to give their speaking engagement. I'm not ready, to open my own art place. I'm not ready for that. You don't have to be ready. And there's never a better time than you doing it now. Because guess what? If you're not ready today, you're not ready tomorrow. You're not ready the next day. You're never going to be ready. You're never going to be ready until you start doing it. It's going to be so many ways, so many, the monkey in the mind. Don't do it today. Don't do it, do it next week. And guess what? Next week turns into next month. And then next month turns into next year. And then guess what? You now in your damn 70s and 80s, and guess what? You ain't do nothing. I'm going to repeat that again, okay? I'm going to repeat it again because somebody really needs to hear this. create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action. So my burning desire is monetized, okay, on YouTube. And I told you guys I have like 300 and something watch hours left, right? Another burning desire is for me to earn $20,000 a month, okay, from social media. And so what do? I write my goals down. And I say, what can I do in order for me to accumulate that? What can I do? What service could I provide in order for me to live the desire that I truly desire to live? And what I do is I read, I study, I show up. I don't say, oh, well, let me wait. Let me wait until I have it all figured out. No, I'm going to figure it out as I go. The reason why you are saying let you wait to figure it all out, because you're afraid. You afraid, and you allowing fear to punk you. I remember my oldest son, after I had got started on YouTube, my oldest son, I remember he kept on saying, now he was saying he was going to start his YouTube channel, for the longest. And although I was doing YouTube and stuff like that, he just kept saying he was going to start YouTube. And every time I turned around, right, I had gave him some money from income tax time. It was probably like 2 years ago. And he had brought a PC, brought a camera, and every time I turned around, he would say, oh, I need to get this new equipment. I need to do this. Hey, Mr. DJ Music, peace here, baby, peace here, peace here. And he kept continuously would say, oh, he need this, he need that. He would constantly say all the stuff that he needed. And although he had those things, okay, he would find fault in it. So he would say, oh, the PC I have, it's an okay PC, but it's slow. It's not going to allow me to do the things, make the videos that I want to make. It doesn't upload the content quick enough. And I said, okay, whatever. So then he brought a camera. He said the same exact thing. Oh, that camera is not the best camera. But all of that showed me was he was afraid. He was afraid to get started. And then eventually he did get started. Okay, but constantly I'm telling him, like right now he's on vacation. And, I'm constantly telling him, you gotta upload videos. You have to upload it. Let me tell you something. Sometimes in life, you may want something more so for your loved one than they want it. Okay? And it comes a point in time where as though you just back off. You just back off because, you see that they not doing it. I'm constantly telling my oldest son, did you upload a video? You on vacation. This is the perfect opportunity for you to, for you. Yeah. I constantly tell him, you on vacation. This is the perfect opportunity for you to upload the videos. While you on vacation. That's, that to me, that is more motivation because, if I'm on vacation and I see myself, on vacation, not looking at my video, that motivates me. It inspires me to upload more because instead of you going on vacation once out of the year, imagine you going on vacation 5 times out of the year or 6 times out of the year. There is no limit, but the limit that we tend to put on ourselves and the limit we tend to give ourselves. That's the only limit there is. And I'm not going to say what society tends to give us because, nobody could give you anything without your permission. Somebody may say whatever, you'll never be successful. That's their point of view. That's their belief system. You know why? Because they don't see it for themselves. And if they don't see it for themselves, guess what? They'll never see it for you. Okay, so you got to You gotta quit trying to prove something to the non-believers. You just gotta show up and execute. And you gotta get out your way. That's why a lot of you guys, you just don't start, because you in your way. You constantly telling yourself that you can't do it. You don't believe that you can do it. And guess what? The people who have always started something, a new invention or whatever it was, at first they didn't believe it. Actually, they didn't know if they was going to be as successful, but because they kept that burning desire and that definiteness, I'm going to do this. And they showed up each and every day for themselves. And then they started, as they kept on putting the time and the work in, their belief became a reality. And that's the issue, You have to get out of your own way, and you just have to show up. Stop waiting. You waiting. Oh, well, I'm gonna wait for this person to do it. That person they're not doing anything. You keep waiting. You just have to do it. It's almost like, on the March Get Set Go. You remember that as a kid? On the March Get Set Go, and you just push yourself in it. You just jump in a double dutch. I don't know if you guys played much double dutch, but in my day, okay, I played much double dutch, okay? And you just have to do it like that. You just have to jump into it. Stop trying to figure it all out. That's not how this here thing works. It don't work like that. It really do not work like that. You wasting time. Before a person figured it out, you know what? They never had it all figured out. They figured it out as they went. That's how they figured it out. When I set my goal, right, for me to make a certain amount of videos, I tell you guys all the time, I don't know exactly what those videos going to be about. One, I have faith. I trust the process. Okay, that's one. I know infinite intelligence is always going to give me, exactly the ideas that I need. I know infinite intelligence, didn't tell me to show up and start making videos so I can fail. You gotta start. You gotta start thinking in a sense where as though it makes sense. Okay, that's one. And I wrote my goals down, okay? Each and every day, I write them down. There's not one day that goes past that I don't write my goals down. I write my goals down each and every day. And guess what? I execute. Before the night is over, I make sure that the list is crossed out. I made sure that what I said that I was going to do that day, I did it. I do it. And I don't allow things from the outside to dictate exactly where I'm going. Now, you can keep saying, oh, because, I work, I ain't got no time to, do X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? Next year, you're going to be working, too. You're going to be doing that job that you absolutely hate next year, too. Why? Because it's what we do in this here and now moment that echoes into the future. So if you're not doing nothing in this here and now moment, guess what? Your next year, you ain't gotta go to a psychic. You don't need no psychic to tell you exactly how your life is going to be next year or the following year. I can tell you exactly how it's gonna be. It's gonna be how it has always been. If you're not doing nothing different. And a phenomenal thing about this is you don't have to do it for, so long. You only have to do, it for a short period of time. But if you never show up, guess what? Hey, you're going to continuously get what you get. And if you like what you get. If you like what you get. Let me say this. Let me read this. If the thing you wish to do is right and you believe in it, go ahead and do it. Put your dream across and never mind what they say. If you meet with temporary defeat for they perhaps do not know that every failure brings with it the seed of equivalent success. You got to show up. Okay, now we're going to go for a walk. Okay, so this is what I told myself. I said, you know what? We're going to come up here practically almost every day. Okay, because the thing that you desire, the place you desire to live, you have to be in that environment. Okay, I don't care what you have in your account. None of that matters. None of that matters. None of that matters. I don't care what life is giving you right now. None of that matters. What that tells me is what life is giving you is just a reflection of your consciousness, the way you was thinking before. Remember what I said. What we do in this here now moment, it echoes into the future. Okay, and so what you have in your life or what you have manifested in your life, it is just a result based upon of your consciousness, the way you was thinking before. But that does not mean that you can't get something else. But you have to do something different in order for you to receive different. That's just the laws of the universe. All right, let's go. 1 second. And I tell you guys, I bring this book everywhere. Everywhere I go. And my goals, what the heck? What? And my goals, I bring my goals. I just started bringing them out with me because I said, you know why? When I have an idea, like when I'm reading on a train and I have an idea, I could write the idea down. Hey, Miss Harden. All right, so I'm gonna turn my camera around and I'm gonna talk because I want you guys to get a visual of how it looks here. Okay, right now I'm in is this Weehawken or Edgewater? No, this is Weehawken. No, is it? Shoot, honey, I'm confused. I've been saying this is Edgewater. I walked so long yesterday going to this Ulta, okay, that's in Edgewater. I don't know how many miles I walked yesterday. Oh my goodness. I walked and walked and walked. Okay, I was looking for Donna's recipe, the oil for my hair, because yesterday I just, I looked at my hair yesterday and I just started chopping away, okay, because I had like a lot of dead ends and stuff like that, and I just was just chopping away. And so I said, you know what, let me go to Ulta and get some Donna's recipe, the oil and stuff like that. I went there, they had one Donna's recipe oil left, okay, which seemed like it was tampered with. So I just got some leave-in conditioner, and it was something else, okay? But I'm gonna turn the camera around, okay? I don't know why this thing keep coming up. So remember what I said, right? In order for you to receive the thing you desire or to just stimulate, okay, your imagination, you gotta get out of your comfort zone. You can't keep on, doing the same exact thing, and you gotta get out of your environment. All the successful people know this. Environment, it plays a significant role in what you desire. Okay, your environment is what's keeping you where you are. And another thing, look at this. Okay, so further ahead over there, I told you guys that's New York. Let's go over here. When I first started coming up here, right, I felt Like, I felt at first a little uncomfortable, but when I kept listening to the personal development, right, it changed like my belief system. It changed the way I seen things. Like, I created this self-image that if I desire it, and no one can tell you what you are capable of. Okay? So stop feeling like, oh well, this person, they told me what I'm capable of, what I can do. Nobody can tell you, they can say, but they don't know your potential. And I really want you guys to get this, because I want you guys to start now. Whatever it is that you desire, start it now. Okay? Start it now. Why can't it? Why can't it? You listen, you gotta get all that stuff out of your mindset. Okay? You gotta change your mindset. Okay? In this here universe, there's not, it doesn't go based upon color. Okay? It goes based upon energy. That's what it goes based on. And I appreciate you rocking out and tuning in and watching the video. Okay? But Tracy, you on here. Okay? And I appreciate you for showing up for me and sending me text messages, email. But Tracy, you sent me a message like, oh, I hope everything is okay. Because you didn't hear from me. I didn't upload yesterday. My time take a day off. So that's what I did. And love, Tracy. I say this with love. Okay? You watching this video, but you're a content creator. And you could be making your video right now if you home. Because I don't just want, like, look at myself and say, well, I'm just gonna win, Like, I want it for you guys as well. But not if you're not showing up for yourself. Just imagine, right? Just imagine, all the work that you have put in, all the time that you have showed up for yourself, all that time you put in, and now you are reaping the harvest. Okay? You showing up day in and day out. At times where as though it seemed like nothing was showing up. At times where as though it seemed like nothing was working. Okay? But you kept on showing up. You know why? Because you kept that picture. You kept that picture of yourself. You kept that image. And you kept showing up because you believed it. You believed in yourself. That's why you showed up. Oh, thanks, Tony. you know, and it's okay. It's okay if you are a little afraid, but do not for a second allow the fear to live in a mediocre life. You're gonna keep living a life that you absolutely hate. You're gonna keep on doing the same exact thing day in and day out that you say that you don't want to do. And the crazy part is you don't have to. You're not sentenced. You're not sentenced to this life, okay? To the life that you constantly live. You're not sentenced to it. And it may seem like you are, okay? It may seem like you are sentenced because you keep doing the same exact thing. And only thing you need to do, a few hours of studying. And when I say study, get to know your damn self. I recommend books. I done told you guys about the books that I tend to read, the personal development that I listen to, okay? If you don't change your paradigm, okay, if you don't change the way you see yourself, your life is never going to change. That's one. Okay? Is never going to change. You just gonna keep on getting the same exact thing from life. You gotta change what you tend to do, and you gotta get out of your comfort zone. I tell you guys this, right? I could go to the supermarket that's next to my house, okay? And there's nothing wrong with where I live, okay? But I could go up there, but why? Why would I go up there when I could put myself in a different environment? And I could visualize, I could stimulate my imagination. And that's really why I come up here. Because how you gonna imagine something that you desire for your life if you never put yourself in the presence of that thing? And you so caught up on where you are today that you stop it, you allow it to stop you from where you going tomorrow. You so caught up on it. Oh well, look where I'm at. I'm working this dead end job. I hate this job. But you have the opportunity to rock out to your purpose and your passion. But you won't even show up for that. And so you start asking yourself, do you hate it enough to get, I hate it enough to get started? Or am I, just a little tired of it? Because if you're a little tired, you ain't gonna do nothing. That pain that you experience, it is to push you. But guess what? If you never allow it to push you, you can complain or that. Most people, they just complain about their lives day in and day out, all day long. They just keep saying, oh, I don't like my life. I don't like my life. But they never do anything about it. And I think in some cases, they don't even believe or think that they can change it. That's how I felt. When I used to watch Lifetime, okay? When I used to watch Lifetime Movie Network, and I was like, I didn't want to face my realities. All right, family, listen. So I got to go to the bathroom and come from the bathroom. I'm going to start the video up again, and then I'm going to walk further down, and I'm going to show you guys the complexes down there, okay? All right, so I see you guys probably like in 10 minutes. Rock out, believe